Time to break out the crystal ball and the star chart. We've got predictions from a psychic and an astrologer on what could be in store for Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, in 2024. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Okay, so first up, this psychic, Nicholas Ajula, who predicted COVID, is forecasting what's in store for Meghan Markle in 2024, and to give you a little hint, it's nothing very good. According to The Mirror, Nicholas Ajula says that he has accurately predicted COVID, the Black Lives Matter movement, and Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview. And last year, he also predicted a rise in malaria cases and also a stressful summer for the Tories. So he does have experience in getting things right, and let's see, what does he have to say about Meghan? Interestingly enough, Nicholas claims that his inner voice and his visions have led him to believe that there could be a royal voice recording leak next year. And he also predicts that Meghan will, quote, have an element of heartache, but, quote, not with Prince Harry. All right, well, hearing about this heartache in store for Meghan got my attention. I do wonder, though, what he could mean by that. Could it be a career heartache for Meghan? I could certainly believe that would happen. I mean, if it's another man, not Harry, then who could it be? Now, in my opinion, some of Nicholas's predictions are pretty obvious. He's predicting that Donald Trump is going to have a rise in power, which we're already seeing. And he's also predicting that there's going to be a rise in far-right beliefs, which, again, we're already seeing. So I don't know if we can really call it predictions when it's already happening. But anyway, let's see what else he has to say about Meghan. Okay, so he says, quote, I think Meghan Markle will have an element of heartache, not with Harry, but with someone else close to her. He went on to say, I do feel with the royal family that there's going to be a royal voice recording leak. Okay, so first, let's talk about Meghan Markle's heartache with somebody else close to her, so not some kind of career opportunity. Well, my mind is spinning right now. Who could it be, I wonder? I mean, Thomas Markle, it couldn't be him. She's already cut him out of her life altogether. Maybe it has something to do with her mother, Doria, or maybe it's going to be something with Marcus Anderson, or perhaps Scooby-Doo. I could see that happening. One thing we know about Meghan is that she does not have many people close to her. I don't think she really lets people get close to her. I mean, at this point in time, who does Meghan have as a close friend other than Marcus Anderson? And it could be him. He could turn on her. But I don't know. I kind of think Scooby-Doo is a more likely candidate. Because, let's remember, in his book Endgame, we know he got all that information from Meghan. But right now, he's facing a lot of fallout from that book, a lot of backlash. Meghan and Harry, meanwhile, are not saying a thing about the book. So could it be that we're going to see Scooby-Doo turn on Meghan? Oh, personally, I would love nothing more than to see that. She would absolutely deserve it. So here's how I could see it going. Okay, so the issue right now is, how did Scooby-Doo get that information about the names of the royal races in the letters that were exchanged between Meghan and the king? Well, of course, we know it came directly from Meghan herself. But anyway, right now, the palace is doing an investigation as to how those names could have been leaked. They're looking at their people, of course, but they're also looking at everybody who could be involved in this. Now, Scooby-Doo, I believe, is going to have to answer for his crimes at some point in time in the future. I believe the palace is just taking its time. I mean, they want to get all their ducks in a row, and I understand that. But if Scooby-Doo gets called out for that, and they ask him point blank who gave him that information, and if there's a lawsuit happening, I believe he would throw Meghan under the bus in a heartbeat. He doesn't have any loyalty, neither do Meghan or Harry. And then the other prediction is about a royal voice recording leak. Well, again, I think that's going to have something to do with Meghan and Harry. They are the only ones in the family, after all, who have this habit of recording conversations. The rest of the family understand privacy. So if there is some recording that was taken a long time ago and Meghan Markle still has it, she could be using that. She could be waiting just for the right time to release it. And it could be that she really is working on some book behind the scenes. And so maybe we're going to get this royal voice recording leak right before she releases her book. I could see her doing something like that to try to drum up interest. If she gets people thinking that she really does have some dirt on the royal family that nobody's ever heard before, well, then it's likely that she would sell more copies of her book. Now again, I am not a psychic, and personally I hope that Meghan Markle does not release a book. But if she were to do it, I'm sure she would pull some pretty dirty tricks to try to get people interested. Nicholas was asked to explain his psychic abilities, and he said, My predictions come from dreams, as my mind is so lucid, visions and feelings. Sometimes it can be a case of hearing sounds. It's like an inner voice. Now, he claims that he first had a mystical experience when he was only a teenager. He found himself falling into a deep trance and remembering some of his past lives. He said, "It was strange because I just knew inside that the images that I was seeing were of me, but from a previous life. I had an image of an Egyptian queen. I also had an image of being in the French Revolution." And he also said, "Some people criticize me if I've got other things wrong, but my predictions aren't always chronological. I know that my psychic ability does exist. I've witnessed it myself, and so have others," end quote. So again, folks, I'm not 100% convinced of this Nicholas's abilities, but make of that information what you will. Mostly I just wanted to share it with you because I thought it would be fun if we could make some predictions of our own. So please let me know in the comments section what you think. Nicholas is not the only one making predictions about what's in store for Harry and Meghan in 2024. We've also got the celebrity astrologer Susan Miller weighing in. So it sounds like her predictions are mostly focused on Prince Harry instead of Meghan Markle. Let's see what she had to say. The Mail Online reached out to Susan Miller, who is a celebrity astrologer, one of the top ones actually. She's the founder of Astrology Zone. She made predictions about different couples. She says that Travis and Taylor Swift are probably going to get married. She shared her thoughts on the US presidential race and also important dates that people should be aware of if they want some extra luck. So here's what she had to say about Meghan and Harry. Prince Harry's star sign is Virgo and Meghan Markle is a Leo. And she says that 2024 is not really looking good for the pair. Susan has warned that Harry and other Virgos like him will have their marriages or their business partnerships or collaborations tested this coming year, according to the Mail Online. Well, I do believe that prediction 100%. But again, this is because we're already seeing this happen. I'm sorry, but this is not really a prediction. Harry is already having his marriage tested. Failure after failure after failure is rough on any marriage, especially one as tenuous as that between Harry and Meghan. And their business partnerships, well, most of those are already in the gutter, so probably that trend is going to continue. And then collaborations, well, again, what collaborations are even happening for Harry right now? Sure, he's still got Invictus, but some people are very upset with the way that Harry and Meghan handled Invictus this year, so who knows what's going to happen with Invictus in 2024. According to Susan, Harry misses his old life as a working royal and living in the UK, and Meghan is wanting to go back to acting. Well, again, this is stuff we already know. Susan said, "I think of Harry in a bucolic, beautiful setting. Santa Barbara is the closest thing to paradise I've ever seen. And it doesn't have the hustle bustle, though. It's gorgeous. But he used to have 20 detail men following him around and all the things he was doing. His life has changed dramatically." I think Susan could be onto something here. Now, Harry goes on and on about security and how he needs it when he comes back to the UK, but maybe this really is a case of him missing his old life more than anything else, and he believes that if he can just get his security back, he'll feel like his old self, he'll feel important again. No, I don't think it's that simple. I think Harry would have to do more to actually feel like he has his old life back. It's not just about having security men following him around. Susan's also right that Harry lives in a beautiful area. He lives in well, I'm not going to call it a beautiful home, but maybe according to him it is. He's got everything he could possibly want, except for his family, and clearly he is not happy. Susan went on to say, "Now living in Santa Barbara is perfect for the children, and I know he loves to play polo. He is a Virgo with Capricorn rising. He loves history and family. Capricorn is a real family sign, and Meghan is a Leo, and she has Cancer rising. That's the glue between the two. But I think he's going to miss London, and I don't know how they're going to figure that out. I think it's great when the kids are little because, of course, they need places to play and just be kids, and they're going to have the privacy there." But she went on to say Meghan wants to go back to acting because she's a Leo. Leos are very good at acting, and I don't think the Netflix business plan of creating movies is the way it's going to go. I think she will go back to work. I also think they may need a constant supply of money because they've sort of told all the family secrets. They don't have any more to tell. I think we all know too much. I wish I didn't know all those secrets. It's an odd situation. Okay, well, some of what Susan said I absolutely do not agree with. Like, for example, Harry loves history and family. Okay. So remember how that history teacher who taught Harry at Eton said that Harry knew absolutely nothing about his own family and he tried his best to motivate Harry, but Harry was insulted? I don't even remember the full story, but that much made it clear. Harry does not appreciate history in the least. And loving family, I don't believe that either. Just look at the way he treats his own family. How are we going to believe that he loves his family? I agree with what she says about Harry wanting to come back to London, But then this thing that she said about Meghan being good at acting because she's a Leo, that Leos are very good at acting. No, Meghan is not good at acting. I don't care if she is a Leo. And that's actually one of the problems I have with astrology. You cannot assume that somebody is going to be a good actress just because they're a Leo. I mean, there are many different personalities who are still born in that same time period. But I certainly do agree with what Susan says about that they need a constant supply of money. That much is certainly true. And she's right. They already did sell all the family secrets. So at least she got that one right. Now, is she right that Harry's going to face some career problems and some marriage problems in the future too? Probably so. But of course, we'll just have to wait and see. And please let me know your personal predictions for Harry and Meghan in the comments section. And you, what are your predictions for Meghan and Harry in 2024? Please don't be afraid to get creative. Let me know what you think below in the comments section. As always, if you like this video, please don't hesitate to like and share it with anybody else who would enjoy it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.